Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Feece School. Today I'm going to be talking about the history of Elon Musk. And if you don't know, Elon Musk is one of my huge idols. Enjoy this episode of Feece School. Welcome back to another episode of Luke Talks, bros. Elon Musk was born in 1971 in the south of Africa, and he had a pretty normal childhood. I mean, it wasn't Africa, but it was pretty American compared to lots of other African cultures. He grew up around kids, apparently was bullied a little bit, but I mean, overall, he had the normal childhood. He had a mother, she was a model. He had a normal childhood. And he had a brother. And when he was 18, he was all like, okay, I decide to go to Canada and just ditch Africa. So he went to Canada when he was 18. If I lived in Africa, I would love to go to Canada or even the US. He wanted to explore. So he went to Canada. A little bit after that, he started a company called Zip2. Zip2 was a company where they could do online payments, transactions through the internet. A lot of people didn't think that the internet was going to last. They thought it was just a fad. So they didn't really put a lot of faith into it, but he kept working all night. He said in an interview, it was in the night, he was coding the site, and the day, I think he was marketing it, getting it out there. He just worked all the time, and he talked about that. He still works all the time. So he worked all the time on that, and then eBay knocked on his door. It was like, or actually, I think he pitched it to eBay, and then eBay, he sold the idea of Zip2 and sold it for $20 million. Like a lot of money, and he could have bought islands, he could have bought a lot of things, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a rocket company. I'm gonna start a rocket company, because he wanted to research about what is NASA doing for their explorations into the Mars area, or explorations into other planets. And he didn't see anything about that, so he wanted to do it himself. So he started SpaceX. A lot of his friends were all like, oh, that's a bad idea. A lot of rocket companies fail, and they're really hard to start, especially if you don't know much about rockets. He was an engineer, so obviously he had a lot of expertise in that area. And then he decided to start SpaceX. He wanted to do a company where he could make electric cars fun, because he noticed that, car pollution is horrible. And if he could make electric cars popular, he could help the environment, and he's a really environmental guy, so he wanted to make an electric car company. So he made an electric car company. And that's obviously called Tesla, the legendary Tesla. So Tesla is still a company, obviously. You hear about it all the time in the news. But basically, he started off, and the company, a lot of people said that it wouldn't work. Like, why are we gonna buy an electric car? Or why are we gonna even need to go into Mars? A lot of people didn't believe in him, and so he started losing a lot of money. And then he had something amount in the bank, and he could either keep SpaceX alive, keep Tesla alive, or let both companies die, let one of them die, or put both of the money into both companies and divide them. He believed so much into both companies that he just put all his money, the rest of his dimes and nickels that he had left over from that time he sold to eBay, all that money. Oh man, I hate the light with my hand. All the money he sold on Zip2, and that which later became PayPal, all that money he made, he spent on the last of his company. And so he was broke. Apparently he was like sleeping on his friend's couch and whatnot. And so those companies ended up doing really well. SpaceX got funded by NASA, and Tesla is still doing really well. They're still making cars. And that gets me to the next point of the story. When he decides to help Solar City, he becomes the chairman of Solar City, and it helps Solar City, and they can help get solar panels to a lot of other houses, and that's what his goal is. And now he's working on this new company called the Boring Company. It's basically underground railroads, so you don't have to wait in long lines of traffic. That is the Boring Company. And people are starting not to disbelieve Elon anymore. So that is the biography of Elon Musk so far. You know what? I'm just gonna add this. It's Feece school, but I'm just gonna market this. You know what? Fuck it. I shouldn't swear. Anyways, whatever. Fuck it. Basically, I thought I would announce this at the end of my Feece school. I'm making a new screenplay. I'm like one scene into it, but I should probably start getting the word out now, just so you guys get excited about it. Hashtag marketing. Basically, I'm writing this new screenplay called Growing Pains. And that's a title I've been kind of fiddling with for a while. And I'm going to turn it into a pilot. But I'm not going to give any spoilers away. If you saw on Facebook, I posted about this. And if you want to be involved, PM me. I'm not going to give anything about the script out away. I'm not going to give anything away. I'm just going to try to find actors, trying to find a cast ASAP before it even gets rolling. Also, Philip himself, my buddy, who is what did the Wallow song and helps a lot with, he voices Ethan in Story of Trey. He is writing a screenplay, and I'm not going to give that away either, but it's about a busker. That's all I'm going to say. And if you want to help out with either of these films, contact me at lukehartfix@gmail.com, lukefeacestudios@gmail.com, or just PM me on Facebook. Whatever you do, try to be involved. It would be great because we need your help to make movies. Let's make great movies together as a community. Bye. Okay, I'll shut up now. Welcome back to another episode of Luke Talks, bros.